Welcome back to Just a Pod Ferta, episode 4. Today we're going to be going over a lot of NBA talks, the trades that went down, maybe some predictions. You never know what we might get into today. And of course, at the end, we'll get into our NFL championship round picks. Banger trivia as well. We'll see if these guys can handle it. All right, let's get into it. All right, so jumping in to NBA talks. You know, let's see what Elliot has for the first thing he wants to talk about here.
Yeah, first thing, Celtic legend, Scary Terry Rozier, and ACC legend as well, gets swapped for thick boy Kyle Lowry in a first. I think that gives the Heat some much needed scoring to go alongside Butler and Grayson, aka Jaime Jaquez. Um,
Look at the cat,
yeah,
man.
Rozier's proved, especially in the time LaMelo has been out, that he's more than capable of giving you like 20 to 30 on any given night, which I think will be massive for the Heat going forward. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Lowry's certainly past his prime of being a number 2 option on a championship team like he was in Toronto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you said, like a number 2 option, and Terry Rozier, especially this year, has proven that he can be that. He's proven that he can be a number 2 scorer for a contending team, um, because he's been basically the guy for Charlotte the entire time Lamelo's been out with that ankle injury, and even continued to put up points after Lamelo came back. And I don't think I think he's a great player, and I don't think he was a good fit in Charlotte at all because I mean just didn't fit into the way they ran things. He takes a lot of shots. It takes a lot of shots away from Lamelo, away from Miles Bridges. Um, but I think he's going to be a good fit in Miami. And also the Hornets. The rumor is that the Hornets aren't going to pick up Kyle Lowry's contract. So is there anywhere that you guys like think he may end up as maybe a contender in play or anything like that to be kind of a veteran bench guy? Maybe OKC just to be a vet.
yeah. As soon as the trade happened, I was like assuming that he's immediately going to get bought out. But a guy that could definitely, or a team that could use that is uh, the Thunder's good. But what is y'all's thoughts?
Realistically, I think Kyle Lowry is beyond helping a contending team. At this point, I think if you're a very young team without much hope at the playoffs, that would be a team to sign a Kyle Lowry. Maybe just in 2K you can do a little mentorship, help
Atlanta.
get some young guys some badges. Maybe Kyle Lowry can go to Detroit Pistons and make Killian Hayes a competent basketball player or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Nah, nobody can do that.
no,
Nah,
no,
never
no,
mind.
no, no,
Nah,
no,
never
no.
mind.
I mean, I think Atlanta's a possible spot. Like you said, he's definitely not at the point in his career where he's going to help you on the court, but he's been there before. He's done that, and that's why I think a contender could look at him as just like he's been to the finals, he's won a finals, uh, and then nothing beats experience. I mean, talent can take you so far, but experience and maturity are going to help you a lot in the long run. So.
Yeah, let me add something about Terry Rozier. Me and Garrett got to watch Terry Rozier in effect without a Lamelo Ball firsthand in person. And when I tell you, I haven't watched. I mean, I ain't watched much Terry Rozier, but when you watch it in person, you see straight buckets,
Terry get buckets.
contested,
Terry get
contested
buckets.
threes, contested threes, and one layups, pull ups from anywhere on the court. You're telling me that's not going to help out the Heat,
I
a
mean,
Heat team that just went to the finals? I
I
think
did
it's a
watch.
big
I did watch
I
Terry
love the
Rozier
trade.
go 2 for 20 on the Boston Celtics in a Game 7 when we were missing Kyrie Irving though one time, and
he's developed as a player since then.
yeah, probably that was still gang member Terry Rozier. He's a better man.
All right. Well, I know what the second thing we're going to talk about is the Aiden Griffin firing. Um, who wants to start out on that? Because I got something I'm gonna share on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the only thing I have to add to it is that my bad, Elliot.
go for it.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't looked much into the Bucks and what was going right, what was going wrong. But what I do know is that they're tripping with hiring Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come
Yes,
on.
yes.
Yeah.
You obviously have seen that he can take these great teams with great rosters, and the only team he's ever won with was the big three of Garnett, Pierce, and Allen. So you
Yeah,
think that's going to change with Giannis and Lillard?
That man couldn't get the Lob City Clippers out of the second round. That man blew a 3-1 lead to young Harden and Dwight Howard type Rockets teams. That Doc Rivers, one, you can't understand him because he sounds like he's been smoking for 20 years somehow. Two, he's just proven that he can't win in the playoffs. I don't know how, but he's the Josh Allen of coaching in the NBA. The guy gets to the big pressure moments and collapses. He ruined the Embiid Harden era over there. In Philly. He cooked one of the most fun teams to watch ever and everyone's favorite 2K team with the Lob City Clippers. Like Doc Rivers has not been good in almost 2 decades.
and
Literally think about that.
one
We
thing
are
I'll
closer to
add,
it being
like,
20 years from Doc Rivers' last chip than we are like
yeah,
it being his first chip. Wow.
yeah, I'll like two things I'm gonna add. One, I agree with the Doc Rivers thing, and I don't know if you guys saw, but like somebody said something about the Bucks were looking into Matisse Thybulle, and Matisse Thybulle literally, I don't know why on God's earth Matisse Thybulle has a no trade clause, but Matisse Thybulle said he would veto any trade to the Bucks because playing for Doc Rivers was miserable. That was what he said. But the
That is
second
Why
thing,
does he have a no trade clause?
the second
that's
thing,
awesome.
the second thing I'm gonna add is this. How happy are the Milwaukee Bucks that Aiden Griffin is gone? They are
Dude,
ecstatic.
Adrian Griffin must have been the worst human being on the planet. That the Bucks' real social media tweeted this out. Like it wasn't like a fan page and they liked it. No, the Bucks' real social media tweets this video with a bunch of laughing emojis when he gets fired.
That's
Yeah.
Like,
awesome.
I mean that was unreal. That was like almost like the Stephen A. Smith pack watch videos.
nah,
Like
everybody's been saying Adrian really didn't do nothing wrong. He just questioned why Thanasis had a roster spot still, and that's what got him booted up out of there.
yeah. All right, so I'm not sure if you guys have anything else, but I got one last thing to go over for
Oh,
some
wait.
NBA stuff or
Before we entirely move on, why in the NBA does it seem like the same rotation of 35 to 40 men have been hired as head coaches and just keep switching teams? Why do they refuse to do like NFL logic type thing where they bring in a young human being? Is there any like logic behind that? Is there just guys don't want to the game doesn't transition as well from college to NBA or I don't know, but I feel like I've seen the same people coaching literally my entire time of following NBA basketball.
um
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I feel like what you said about how the college game's completely different. It is. I mean, it's a completely different game at the college level. It almost sometimes like is like watching a different sport. But I don't know. I don't know why. At least maybe some like lower level, like not lower level, but like assistant coaches or and stuff like that, like player development guys aren't being hired to be head coaches. I don't, especially like a Detroit Pistons team or something like they're giving Monty Williams $78 million.
Yeah.
They have
And
5 wins and two of them are against the Hornets.
Yeah, the only example I can think of is like a Luke Walton. Like, wasn't he an assistant at Golden State before he was
yeah,
the head coach?
Yeah,
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 he
so
got
it's like,
he like coached at Golden State for a little when Kerr like had his heart problem
yeah,
or whatever it was, and then it got him a job.
yeah.
see, yeah, like that's just something you don't see much in the NBA is an assistant going up to a head coach. Like, you just see people taking whoever got fired, and I don't. You just that just doesn't.
I
Like,
don't
they
know.
got
We need
fired
to
for a reason.
the NBA should invest in some young offensive masterminds like Shane Steichen or something.
All right. Well, the
Bring
last
bring
thing
in
I
some.
had for NBA was the Suns have won 7 straight. What looked to be a pretty bad team at one point is starting to look like a pretty scary team, and any team with Kevin Durant's pretty scary. But do you think this could be indicative of a chance to make a run when they get to the playoffs, or do you guys think that this is a pretender moment for the Suns?
Short answer for me is no. Only because I don't think that they can beat teams like the Nuggets, the Wolves, or the Clippers in a 7-game series. That's it.
Um,
I think
I
they beat
think
two of those three teams.
Don't
I
care.
don't. I think it matters significantly the health of their roster and the way it gels by the end of the year. Brad Beal has played 20 games or so. And he's what their third highest paid player on the team besides G Book and Durant. Gave up like their whole bench for him to try to get them that third star. Um, I think playoff time is where you see like star power the most impactful, and if those three guys can learn how to play together at a high, that I think they have a shot to beat anybody really.
Yeah, what I'll say is that I think that there's a lot of I think there could be a lot of parity in the West when it comes to playoff time. I don't, in my opinion, nobody in the West is miles better than anyone else. Like you mentioned, the Timberwolves and the Clippers, and I think both those teams, like if you get a Phoenix Sun team playing their best brand of basketball, I think they're very equivalent to both of those teams. I
I
love
think Clippers Suns would be a phenomenal matchup.
I do too.
Harden, Beal, PG to D Book, and then Kawhi on Durant. That would be awesome to watch.
Yeah, I like the Clippers and I like the Timberwolves, but I think the Suns really do, like if they, like you said, if they mesh, I think they have a chance to make a run because like looking back over their last few games, 41% from 3, 41% from 3 and then an off game at 32, but then 36, 46, 46. I mean, they shoot the three ball really well or at least have been recently. They had a game against Charlotte on the 29th of December where they shot 18 for 30 from 3. That's 60% as a team. So I would say anybody that can shoot the ball like that's dangerous, and you can just go ahead and go back and ask the Golden State Warriors about how far shooting the ball can take you. So that's kind of my view on that. I think the West isn't as top heavy as the East. I think some of the top teams in the East are a lot better than some of the teams that are contenders in the East. Um, but I just think the West is very flat across the top, I would say. So
I'm
anything
trying to find.
else?
Okay. Um, do you think that Suns team could beat the Nuggets? You think like who Yusuf Nurkic is holding Jokic is in his bag over there? Like, think that Suns team has a shot at beating the Nugs?
I think they have a chance. Yeah. I mean, I do.
I think they just have to outscore them though. Like essentially,
Yeah. I mean,
they would need.
it's not. They're not a defensive team at all. I mean, Devin Booker's not a
They
great
need Jamal
defender.
Murray to have 3 off nights.
Yeah. I mean, I think they have a chance to beat the Nuggets. I don't think the Nuggets are a super team. I think the Nuggets are just a good team that meshes well together. They play a good brand of basketball. That roster's well set up. Shout out to their GM, whoever that is. Like I think that roster's just designed to win basketball games. So I think the Nuggets would be a tough matchup just because, like you said, I think Nurkic would probably struggle a little bit with Jokic, at least on the perimeter. Like Jokic could pull him out to the three, and then Phoenix is in trouble if KD's at the four. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add, like y'all brought up defense. I didn't even think about this, but yeah, defense is like something that it's underappreciated when it comes to the last couple teams that's won the chip. The team last year with the Nuggets, the Bucks when they won, the Lakers when they won. I mean, these are teams that had good defensive,
yeah, I agree.
core. So I mean that if you're lacking that, I can't personally, I can't just go ahead and put you at a contender level. I feel like you got to prove a little bit more.
Yeah.
I will say though, my C's have been a top 3 defensive team for the past like 4 years in a row and haven't won shit out of it though. So I mean,
Well, I guess talking about the C's and talking about winning things is going to take us on to our last bit of NBA here. We're going to do our way too early finals matchup and finals champion predictions. I'm gonna let Grayson start because I feel like he might have something to say that me and Elliot might not have to say.
I feel like the easiest, clearest answers would be just something like Nuggets C's or Nuggets Bucks,
Yeah, but is that
or
fun?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say my dream would be something along the lines
Can
of
I guess your
C.
dream? Clippers
Go ahead.
Celtics. Clippers
Nah,
Celtics.
I was gonna say C's Timberwolves
Yeah.
because I I just love the Timberwolves. I've said it last video. I'm gonna keep saying it. Anthony Edwards, he's so fun to watch to me. I like the defense. I don't love Cat, but that's a different
Big
story.
prr,
Anyways,
big prr.
I
yeah,
have a feeling. I have a feeling Anthony Edwards doing his alternating good and bad games thing might bite them in a playoff series.
yeah.
Um,
But I
also,
said dream. I said dream.
Yeah.
So realistically, C's Nuggets, Bucks, Nuggets. Other than that, I don't really see anybody taking a big run in the West. I don't know. I mean, they could, but I just think the
All right,
Nuggets are
final
still
prediction and who wins the finals?
okay. So who wins out of C's and Wolves? C's.
Okay, on to Elliot.
I love that answer. I love that answer. Um, so as I have learned over the past few years, watching the Celtics make me sad, the Phillies make me sad, the Patriots are in poverty. Um, I just started watching hockey, and somehow whatever team I choose to pull for, they also lose. So I'm gonna have my C's going back to the finals. We avoid the Jimmy Butler heat. We own that baby little flop machine Embiid. We dog him in like 5 games again because he sucks. And then Doc Rivers moment. So we do make it out of the East again. But that fat European loser's gonna just absolutely cook us. Jokic is gonna have us out of there in 6. Probably like the 2 games we'll win will be really close, and they'll give me some false hope. We'll probably go up 2-1, and then we'll lose 3 straight. Get on out of there in 6. Make me real sad. I'll say I'm not gonna watch basketball ever again, and then October will come, and I'll be sitting right there again with League Pass.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
I
take.
like those picks. I
I'm
like
gonna
those
kind of
picks.
take the approach of Grayson. I'm gonna go with what I would my fun pick. You know,
Can I
my
guess? Can I guess?
yeah, go for it, man. You guess my fun pick.
It's
The
Thunder.
Utah
But
Jazz come out of the West as a 7th seed.
Now
the
my
Jazz.
my
No, I'm gonna
fun
say it's definitely Thunder versus like C's or Pacers.
Thunder Pacers would be my fun pick. It's not gonna happen, but that would be my fun pick. But for my actual pick, I don't know, the East, man. I'm gonna go with the West first. I'm gonna say coming out of the West, I think the Clippers can get it done. I think they have enough superstar talent. They got a little bit of depth. I think they have a chance to beat all these teams, and I think it's gonna be a fun playoff on the West side. And I'm gonna go with the Clippers making it out of the West. And on the
Don't
East,
forget.
Thought you were gonna go
Don't
Phoenix
forget
the way
about
you were
the
building them
curse.
up a minute ago.
in the East, you guys both win Celtics, but I'm gonna go a different route. I think that maybe, just maybe, the regular season's too good to be true. You know, we've seen that out of some great teams before. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Even though they have Doc Rivers, I think that roster is really talented. I think Giannis is playing really good. I think Damian's starting to turn it on a little bit, and I think the Clippers beat the Bucks in 6. Clippers beat the Bucks in 6 in the finals.
Ooh.
Give Paul George a
L-
ring. Give
LA,
Kawhi another
look,
ring.
Are they no
first ring in
longer the little stepchild in LA? Is that what you're predicting? They're not the cursed Clippers?
No, the Clippers are coming out of the dungeon this year. It's happening.
out of the dungeon.
It's happening.
Wow,
Bold.
that is
I like
bold. I
it.
love that. I love that though.
I think bold's fun, man. I think it's boring if I was just sort of gonna go Nuggets Celtics
Yeah, that's why you should have said
like
the
you.
Utah Jazz were making a Miami
No, no,
Miami Heat
I
run
was moments
in
away from
7.
saying Vince Williams Jr. and GG Jackson were gonna bring the Grizzlies into the playoff picture, into the playing game, and make a run for the whole thing. But
Not Desmond Bain brings it into him, but GG
GG
does.
Jackson, come on now.
You don't think LeBron makes a miracle run from the play-in?
No, team's not good
You
enough,
don't think?
man. It's not good enough. They'll make the
No,
playoffs, but they won't make a run. The team's not good enough.
All that hey,
no.
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 All right, so I guess it's time for our GLV player of the night. Our GLV player of the night from last night, Wednesday, January 24th, is Nick Richards. Congratulations,
Wow.
Nick, on his first GLV player of the night. Nick Richards put up 13 shots in 27 minutes, had 0 assists. He also had a double-double with 21 and 10. And that was good for a GLV value of 57.7. So
Had
shout
some
out
weak
to you, Nick
GLV nights.
Richards.
We need
Shout
some
out Nick
Michael Porter
Richards.
Jr. miracle runs to start coming out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, again, as a man that me and Garrett got to watch firsthand, a
Nick
man that
Richards.
did nothing but got boards, and I think eventually fouled out of the game.
A man that we looked at, a man that I will not lie. We looked at on the board. They had him on the poster, and we were like, why they got Nick Richards on the poster? And then we read the injury report and realized that P.J. Washington was out, LaMelo Ball was out, and we were like, oh,
Frank.
that's why Nick Richards is up there. And yeah, Frank Ntilikina was out,
Frankie.
Big Frankie.
French God, Frank Ntilikina. Wow.
All right, so I think that's all we got for NBA. All right, jumping in to trivia a little early this episode. We want to do all our NFL talks at the end, so it just flows right into our predictions and then into the show. So here's
What
the
y'all know
trivia.
about the John Cena spinner belt for the trivia champion over here, though?
I am the host today. Here is today's trivia. Today's trivia will be random 2000s NFL players, which means they were active in the year 2000 to present. Can still be active. The rules. Each person's going to get one guess. The first to say the correct name wins. If neither gets it right, we'll go on to the next picture so it's not taking forever. But each person's going to get 2 do-overs. They are going to have to call do-over, and then they get to say the name. If they wish to guess again, they can. If they call their do-over, they get 2 of those. And whoever has the most points at the end is going to be the winner. Let me go ahead and get my tally up on my phone. Get the notes app rolling. Get the E and the G in there.
Oh, I'm so down. Grayson, if you're wondering, I am putting up my reigning undisputed trivia world championship, JPF. By the way, just in case you know, it is on the line.
Once you say the name, you cannot take it back. Okay, there is no take backsies. There's do overseas, but there's no take backsies. Okay. All right. As soon as I scroll down, as soon as you see this player, you are welcome to blare out a name. I will warn you, the first one is tough because why wouldn't I make the first one tough? Okay. Hold on 2 seconds as I pull up the other list. There we go. All right, the other list is up. Now,
Oh, God.
let me get the screen set up here. All right, perfect. All right, 3, 2, 1, begin.
DJ Swearing.
All right, Elliot was first. What'd you say?
I said DJ Swearinger, but I think I know who it is.
What'd you say, Grayson?
I said Michael Walker.
All right, both of those.
This doesn't count. This doesn't count. This doesn't count as my do-over. Is it Andre Ellington?
It is Andre Ellington.
I know. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Let me just do it again, and y'all both guess the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. All right, next one.
Deshaun Jackson.
Incorrect. 5 seconds.
I don't know.
Terrell Pryor.
Oh, I could have guessed that.
I literally forgot he went there after his 1,000-yard Brown season.
That is Terrell Pryor. All right.
DJX was 11 for them, though, right?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
On to the next one.
Reggie Bush.
Incorrect.
Fred Jackson?
Incorrect. I thought you guys would get that one. Nobody wants a do-over, or no?
Yeah, I'll take. I mean, we get unlimited, right?
No, you get 2.
We get 2. You get 2.
Oh no, I'm straight.
Okay, that is C.J. Spiller.
Yeah, that's good. He had like 1,000-yard season in Buffalo.
He was good. On to
Clemson
the next
legend.
one. Jaguars receiver number 88.
Jamal Agnew.
Incorrect.
Oh, that one felt good.
Why does he look like Geno Smith? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a guess.
Elliot, this is one that you've named before. That is Alan
TJ Yeldon.
Hearns.
Oh,
Alan Hearns. Oh no.
No,
Cowboys legend snaps his
it's
leg in
Alan
Dallas.
Hearns. On to the next one.
Thomas Rawls.
Correct. One on the board for Elliot.
this is so bad.
All right, next up.
That could have been 4 different.
We got a
Seattle
tough
cornerbacks.
one. Defensive lineman.
No one knows who this is.
Nah, give me a sec. I'm gonna get dialed in. Is that Mario Williams?
Incorrect. This man has a domestic violence charge.
Oh my God. Do-over. Can I call my do-over if he doesn't go?
I don't know because I gave the hint.
I'll let Grayson
Say
go
no.
and then I'm gonna
I'm
call
about to
it.
say he gave him a hint. Come on now.
Yeah, no,
Go for
it's
it
not
first,
gonna
and then I'll
count,
guess.
but you can
Well, I
guess.
don't know it. I don't know it. So I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Give
It's
him
Greg Hardy.
2-0. It doesn't matter. It's about
It
to be
is
a clean
Greg
sweep.
Hardy. It is Greg Hardy.
It's Greg Hardy. The domestic
Oh, I
violence.
could have.
He
I'm
went to the
telling you, you should have
UFC.
known. You should have known
know.
Greg Hardy, and he was a cowboy too, and he always wore the crazy face paint, and he
Yeah,
beat
but
up
I don't know what
somebody.
Greg Hardy looks like.
He
Okay,
went to the UFC and got beat up a
Alright.
few times. That was
He
good.
did. He sucked. He was
on
bad.
to the next one.
Lamar Miller?
Lamar Miller is correct.
Was that 2-0?
That is 2-0 in favor of the Elliott man. This next
When
one,
did he go to Miami?
he started in Miami.
He started there.
Oh my God.
He was
Who
right
cares?
before Jay Ajayi.
Who cares?
This next one, this next one is gonna be a pretty tough one, but I had to throw him in here. So here we go.
Oh no. Oh, disaster class. Brian Quick.
Incorrect. I'm pretty sure this
TJ
guy.
Yeldon.
I'm pretty sure this guy is R.I.P. Stedman Bailey.
Oh, he got shot in the head, but I think he lived.
Oh, that's what happened. No more
Never
R.I.P.
heard of this guy.
All right,
I
on
think he
to
lived.
the next one. This one's gonna be. I think both of you should know it, but we'll see who gets it first.
Marquette King.
That is
Actually,
correct.
I knew it. That's so dumb.
Grayson is not quick on the trigger right now.
Grayson,
I knew it. I knew it was the only punter and whatever.
The only
history.
punter.
All right,
I don't
up
know.
next. Up next. Super Bowl man.
Who knows this?
Oh no.
It's a defender.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna irritate me.
5 seconds. Either one of
is
you
his
has to
last
make
name
a
like?
guess.
Is it like Finnegan or something?
That is correct. Cortland Finnegan. One on the board for Grayson.
I
That's a
didn't know he
good
was on
pull,
your.
Grayson. He was on our
I didn't
Super
know he was
Bowl
on your-
team.
I only knew his face from when he got his ass
Bang,
when he
bang,
got beat up by
bang.
Andre Johnson.
All right, next up, we're going to have another Panther. An absolute Panther legend.
This guy loves his Panthers.
No one knows who this is.
This one's on
Yeah,
here for the name.
Benet Ben Wickery.
Incorrect, but awesome.
Luke Kuechly.
Guess Fozzie Whitaker. Guess Fozzie Whitaker, Grayson.
That is Panthers legend, Captain Munnerlyn.
Oh, dude, wasn't he a corner?
He was a corner / safety
Why does he wear 41?
because he was a safety / corner.
I know him as a Viking, though. I
Yeah.
think of Cap as a Viking.
He was better as a Panther, but he's that's not a flattering picture of him there. All right, on to the next one. This one's also going to be really tough. Defender.
Oh, Oh no, this is gonna irritate me.
I
He
believe
played safety.
I believe he played safety. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah. He had a Madden 15 card where it was like it had like energy going down it. Oh my god. I'm not gonna pull it.
Grayson, any wild guess? That is Glover Quinn.
Yep.
That
The
was
third.
one. That was one of the harder ones on here, and so is the next one. The next one's on
I feel
here
like
because
you
I love
said
this guy.
This is a hard one for all.
Because most of the hard ones are towards the top because I was just banging them off the dome. So
Glover Quinn.
next up is an all-timer. Return man. I told you there'd be some return men on here.
Devin Hester.
Incorrect.
Is it DeAnthony Thomas? I know he was a Chief.
Incorrect. That is Chiefs great Dexter McCluster.
Oh, he was a good running back for like the Saints at one point.
And a good return man. Next up.
Sean Lee.
Correct. That is Sean Lee. All right. Moving.
The man LVE was supposed to replace.
Up next, we have
Rashad Bateman.
incorrect.
Jacoby Jones.
Also incorrect.
Is it Mike Wallace? He wore number 17 for him too.
That is Kenyon Drake.
He did
Oh,
wear
wow.
17.
I put him on
He
the
did wear
most obscure
17.
team because you guys named him the other day when I said throw out some random NFL names, so I put him on the most
Yeah.
obscure team.
He did wear 17 for the Ravens.
Raider and Cardinal
Yep.
legend Kenyon Drake.
All right, on
Dang.
to the next one. This is a wide receiver.
Who knows that?
Is that Jamal Agnew?
That is Jamal Agnew on the Lions.
This is so dumb.
Jamal Agnew on the
Well,
Lions.
He's like the
go
best
ahead and just
return
say
man.
that I'm going 0-3 and Elliot's 3-0.
The next two are two tough ones. This next one's on here because I think you might, maybe, I don't know.
Devin Funches.
Incorrect. Same team.
Oh, I thought that was it. I'll go Jericho Cotchery.
Incorrect. That is Demir Bird, Patriots legend.
Patriot legend Demir Bird. Wow. The 2020 year, he caught like 5 touchdowns for us.
Literally, how does this appeal to me whatsoever? A Patriots player?
There's like a dude in a Steelers jersey on this.
I
There
didn't
are
pull
zero
that.
guys. There are 0 guys in Patriots jerseys.
The 2 guys that played for the Patriots so far, I didn't get, by the way.
All right, this next one's tough as well. This is, I think, another return man here. Just an all-time name. Just a cool name.
Devin Hester.
Incorrect.
Here's return man. It's Devin Hester, Josh Chris, only return man. I'm gonna use my Brian Quick guess again.
Okay, that is Pharaoh Cooper. Just an
You literally talked about him like
awesome
the
name.
other day.
Awesome name. All right, next up we have a linebacker.
Blake
Ogletree.
Martinez.
That is Blake Martinez.
That is Blake Martinez. Everyone
Recognize
Grayson
him
knows
too?
he doesn't take it serious. You gotta take it serious. You should have had 4 of these.
Well, I'm not gonna know
Yeah.
him like off rip, and I wasn't gonna guess Blake Martinez either. Like I didn't know it until he knew.
That's
What is it?
poke-
5-1?
That's Pokemon fraud. It is 6-1. But there's still a chance. We're only on
Six.
number 19 out of 50.
It doesn't
there's
matter.
50.
I've already lost.
No,
It's
you
so-
haven't. Next
I'm
up,
so never gonna get
cornerback.
Marcus. No.
Trent McDuffie.
Incorrect.
Nah, it's older than that.
Then I don't like. There's no chance I get a random Chiefs cornerback.
Yeah, I wanted to say Marcus Peters, but that's super wrong. I'll throw Eric Berry out for the cancer meme.
That is Marcus
Shout out to
Peters.
my boy. Wow.
He whiffs on one that he knew. That is Marcus Peters, Chiefs legend. All right, next up.
Josh Rosen.
Bang!
Yep.
That is Josh
Yep.
Rosen. 6
The
to 2.
math, man.
The COVID. I had to
My
grab the
desire to
COVID
yell
year
Nick-
photo.
My
Grab the
desire to
COVID
yell
year
Nick
photo.
Mullins was so high.
All right, next up.
Oh, that's
Henry
Marcus
Ruggs.
Keaton.
Oh, that's Martavis Bryant. Redo Martavis Bryant.
the
It
other
is
one. Yep.
Martavis Bryant. That's 1 redo down for Grayson, but he cuts
job,
it to
Grayson.
6-3. I did
said the
a
wrong
close up.
Steven
I did a
Rodgers.
close up so you could see his face.
Why did
I
I
did
say
a-
Henry Ruggs so fast? Like,
I don't know. All right, next up.
Chad Pennington.
Incorrect.
Brian
That was
Hoyer.
Incorrect. Elliot, you had
Is
the
that
correct.
fun?
You had the correct first name. That is Henny Man Chad Henne
Oh, Chad Henne.
from his time in Miami. Next one is another of along the same lines.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Both incorrect. That is Cody Kessler.
That dude's white.
Cody Kessler. That is a white guy. Cody Kessler.
That guy did not
He
look white on my
started. He
screen.
started 6 games for them that year, I believe. All right. Next
That's
up.
the 0-16 Browns, right?
Yep. Next up, off the same team, running back.
Isaiah Crowell.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Played on the same team as Isaiah Crowell. 5 seconds for your first guess, Grayson.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead and do
froze,
it.
by the way. Is it Duke Johnson? But I froze.
Okay, it is Duke Johnson. Did you do do-over or no?
I didn't say it, so don't count
Okay,
it.
it
But
cannot be
I'm
counted, but
frozen.
it is Duke Johnson.
Make a cut so I can leave and rejoin.
Okay. There's very much a chance for a Grayson comeback as we head into our 26th player. As I pull something up, so you're going to see this stream is still running for 2 seconds. All right, on to player number 26.
Eddie Lacy.
No.
Incorrect.
Alfred Blue.
Incorrect. No, I assume nobody wants a redo after those guesses. So that is Carlos Hyde as a Texan. I kept him on the list, but I changed his jersey.
Nice. Not a Jag and not a 49er. There's no shot I'm pulling Carlos Hyde out.
Up next, quarterback.
Tom Savage?
That is Tom Savage. That is Tom Savage. To the next one here.
Day Westbrook.
Incorrect.
TJ Yeldon.
Incorrect.
The wide receiver number.
That is
I
Cecil
didn't-
Shorts.
I didn't know TJ Yeldon was a receiver. I mean, a running back.
That is Cecil Shorts. All right, on to the next one here.
Ryan Mallett.
Incorrect. Grayson, I'm going to give you a hint because you're behind. This man, Elliot, you can't do a double take on this one either. This man was a quarterback at, I believe, the University of North Carolina, and he played a few games for the Texans when they were in the absolute hole.
Brian Hoyer.
It is T.J. Yates.
Yeah.
Where is
if he was in a Jags jersey, I think no, not Jags.
T.J. Yates is who that is.
We're so back. I got the laptop back. We're super back.
All right, next up, another backup quarterback from the same team, but in a different jersey.
Nah, that's stupid.
This guy,
That's not Whedon, right? It's not Whedon.
That is incorrect. This guy was a Florida Gator at one point in his collegiate career.
Dang.
Tim Tebow.
That is not Tim Tebow. That is Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah.
Up next, back towards
Guy had
the
a dumper.
running
Jeff
back side of things.
No, Frank Gore.
Incorrect.
No, it's not Matt Forte.
Forte would have been a good guess.
It's not him, I don't think. Forte, Ivory. I'll go. I don't think it's either, but I'll go Forte.
That is incorrect. That is Bilal Powell. On the
Oh, he
same
was a
team as
dog
Chris
in
Ivory.
fantasy. Yeah, he was a dog
That's what
in.
I'm saying. You know, at least you know these names. Like, I
Up-
couldn't tell you a single player.
Up next,
Oh, I know this.
My desire to say JJ Arcadia Whiteside. Yeah, that's my guess. JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
That is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That is who that is. Drafted above Justin Jefferson, I believe. Or no, that was Rager. That was Rager. This guy
Yeah,
was
that was
drafted
Rager.
above somebody else. I can't remember who it was.
Might have been AJ Brown or something stupid.
I think it was A.J. Brown. All right, next up.
Ronnie Hillman.
Incorrect. This player is active.
I thought you threw in an RIP Ronnie Hillman, man.
It's not him, but Latavius Murray.
That is Jaleel McLaughlin, current Denver Bronco.
Oh yeah, that is a current player.
He had like 3 pretty cool games this year.
When the entire running back room was hurt.
Yep.
Up next.
Oh, that's
Alonzo.
Incorrect.
it's nah, that's not him. Never mind. But I'm gonna make it my guess. Its name's like Matejevich or something.
Incorrect.
Is it the fullback I sent you the other day? What's his name? Is this guy fullback?
Am I allowed to answer? Like, are you gonna guess?
I'm not using it. It's
yeah,
like
it
Patrick
is.
DeMarco.
It is Pat DeMarco. Yes, it is Pat DeMarco.
I thought it was a linebacker.
I was gonna say fullback, but I thought that would have gave it away.
Well, no, I thought it was a linebacker too. That's why I guess Kiko Alonso. But then I put the math
Up
together.
next.
Kyle Long.
Guy's handsome.
Incorrect. This is a handsome.
Is it Matt
man.
Moore?
That is
The guy
Matt.
Bud
That
Dupree
is
killed?
Matt Moore. That is
Grayson,
Matt
you
Moore.
watch Bud Dupree literally take this guy's head off.
You think I know what Matt Moore looks like?
Just quarterback number, Dolphins, and he's random.
I don't care. I'm not knowing Matt Moore based off of some random.
Well, if you're
dude
not
wearing
knowing Matt
fake-
Moore, you got no clue on this next one.
Oh, I got no clue on this one. Number 82, though, it looks like, and it's kind of vintage.
It is a tight end.
Jeremy Shockey as a Panther.
Incorrect. I knew you were gonna guess that too, because the stat I sent you the other day.
I don't know.
Yeah, you have no clue, because that's Gary Barnidge as a Carolina Panther.
Why?
I don't know.
I didn't know Gary Barnidge was a Carolina Panther.
Neither did I. That's why I put it on there, because we have been saying the name. We've been saying the name Gary Barnidge all week, so I figured I'd put him on there as a Panther. All right, up next.
That is true.
Jeremy Hill.
Correct.
I would have guessed Gio Bernard, so.
That is Jeremy Hill. Up next, another Panthers one that I put on here for my amusement. This guy was Incorrect. You'll never get it, so I'm not even letting you get a redo. That is Armani Edwards, quarterback / wide receiver / kick returner / punt returner. Armani Edwards. Shout out App State for Armani Edwards.
What?
All right, up next, we're on number 39. One of the coolest pictures of all time, I might add.
Is that TJ Houshmandzadeh?
That is TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Oh my god, this is so dumb.
That is TJ Houshmandzadeh.
When they have the captain logo, I know they're a good player, which helps.
All right, up next.
Tariq Cohen.
Incorrect.
Jordan Howard?
Incorrect. Would anybody like a second guess at this one or no?
Not using my redo, but Jeremy Langford?
Incorrect. That is Santonio Holmes as a Bear.
Didn't know that was a thing that happened.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna know that Santonio Holmes became a Bear. Like,
Up next.
Spencer Ware.
Correct.
No way. No way.
That is
All right, that's my
Spencer
most proud one yet. That one's awesome.
All right, next
I know you were trying to get me to say Charkandrick West, weren't you?
I was setting you up all week.
You have, man.
Up next.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Correct. That is Teddy
wow.
Bridgewater, the Lion. All right.
I was about to say Mohamed Sanu.
Up next.
Brock Osweiler.
Incorrect.
I think that guy is Case Keenum as a Bronco.
Incorrect. Would anybody like a second guess?
Is it Flacco as a Bronco?
That is Joe Flacco as a Bronco. No point because you forgot to say do-over once again.
This is stupid.
So Elliot has 2 do-overs left and Grayson has 1 as we head to our last 6 names.
Isn't it over? Quez Watkins.
Correct.
Oh
Uh,
dang, that
Grayson
looks so much.
has 6, and Elliot has 10. So if you swept the rest of the way, you could do this.
Why did that
Ooh.
look so old to be Quez Watkins? I was about to fire off Jeremy Macklin, bro.
All right, up next.
Jeremy Chin.
Incorrect. This player is still active,
Oh,
but he does not.
redo Josh Norman.
Incorrect.
Oh my God. Who else wore 20?
This is post
Dude,
Josh
you
Norman.
saying it's active is throwing me because I was gonna guess Eric Reed.
This is active player.
Yeah, I got nothing.
That
Just
is
move on.
Rasul Douglas from his time in Carolina. Up next.
I couldn't even tell you where. That's Jakeem Grant.
That is Jakeem Grant.
You kept that. You kept that in there after we said Jakeem Grant privately this entire time, and you said you were going to keep it. Come on.
I kept one.
Oh my God. You kept like all of them.
No,
No.
just Carlos Hyde and Jakeem so
And I
far.
changed Carlos Hyde's jersey number. Or jersey and jersey number.
Literally, Elliot said better be as a Dolphin.
I didn't even know he
And you
played for
kept him in
anyone
there as a
else.
Dolphin. Just tell him. Just go ahead and tell me that. Cameron Brate.
Incorrect.
No, that's Austin Safarian Jenkins.
Incorrect. This is R.I.P. Vincent Jackson.
Oh, I feel ashamed for not getting that. Wow. Why does he look so tight endy?
Big fella.
Because he was 6'5"?
He's a
Yeah.
big fella.
Matt Barkley. No, his name is. Never mind.
Is it Cody Parkey?
It is Cody Double Doink Parkey.
Literally double doink Cody.
Why?
I had to get it in there.
David
No.
Tyree.
Incorrect.
I've refused to answer this question.
Okay, that is Mario Manningham. That is Mario Manningham.
You're
All right.
literally giving him a
He
guy
made
that.
3 of those catches on that drive.
Come on.
Last one.
Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, Cordell Stewart. Whatever.
It is Dennis Dixon.
Who is that?
Dennis Dixon, the quarterback from Oregon.
I
From
did.
Oregon.
I saw a black Steeler quarterback, and that was only.
That is all for trivia. And the final score is Elliot 11 to Grayson 6. Now we're going to
This
jump
is a
into some
sham.
NFL talks.
This is a sham. They said that I went ahead and said that this would be the best if I hosted. They insisted otherwise because they wanted to give Elliot his 3-0, make me look like a fraud, made me look like I don't know ball. So
Can we
next
freeze
time when
you?
I'm hosting,
Can we freeze you?
next time when I'm hosting, I promise it's going to be a score of 1-0.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is a disaster, Garrett. Why
I'm
would
gonna
you
host
do
next
this?
one. I'm gonna host next one, except I can play.
The questions are: what is Grayson's favorite food?
I'm tired of this. This is a sham.
You've been a winner
been
2
damned.
times and you choked it. You can't blame it on anyone else at this point, man.
I didn't choke anything. Bro, what are you talking about?
You choked 2 different times.
You were guessing Panthers players that like didn't even exist, and you were somehow getting these first round picks right. And then Elliot just happened to like.
We just hired one of those as your GM, by the way, which is awesome.
Yeah, Dan Morgan.
Dan Morgan, that was cool. I saw that hire and I was like, "Yo, I know who that is now because of our
All right.
war."
Well, that's all for the trivia segment. Grayson's gonna put us through hell on a high horse the next time we get active on trivia. Let's jump into some NFL. All right, jumping into this NFL talk after that pretty fun trivia. We're going to start off with just some head coach stuff, and I'm going to take the lead because I deserve to take the lead because my Carolina Panthers hired a head coach this morning. The head coach hired Dave Canales. He was together with Dan Morgan for a long time in Seattle. So although it's not who my ideal candidate would have been, he's done some really great things with Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. So hopefully, I'm looking forward to him doing something similar with Bryce Young, and I think that with him and Dan Morgan being on the same page and then being actual like companions, some would say like I think that's going to be really helpful for the building of the roster. Like with Matt Rule, it was the Matt Rule show, and then recently it's been more of the David Tepper show. So hopefully that indicates that Tepper's going to take a step back and let the coach and the GMs make some
I
decisions.
was I was gonna ask you on that. Having a first time head coach, first time GM, do you think that like Tepper's capable of taking a step back for some like realistically inexperienced guys? Like you don't see him having his Frank Reich Monday morning meetings every week or anything like that with this new regime. You think he's realized like, hey, for this team to be successful, maybe I should have less of a Jerry Jones approach?
I can't say that I think he has, but I can say that I hope he has because, uh, I mean, he is the second richest owner in the NFL. Um, and he does want to be a part of the team. Like I think he wants us to win. I just think he doesn't really know what he's doing, and I think that it's gonna take until he understands like, hey, like this isn't what I'm here for. I'm the owner of the team. I make the business decisions. I shouldn't be making any personnel calls or anything like that. I think we could take a step forward next year. Maybe be like a 6 to 8 win team. I mean, I'm not looking for us to be good next year. I'm just looking for some improvement, maybe some competition, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And Bryce Young development for sure.
Of course, yeah, and I think that is the main reason we brought him in because the quarterbacks under him have all had four. I think every single season under him as a OC or quarterbacks coach has had a 4,000 yard season every season. So
Yeah, just for the fun of it, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but who would have been your number one candidate?
um, I think my number one candidate changed about 52 times through the process. I think it was Ben Johnson, and then I think it was Vrabel, and then I think it was back to Ben Johnson. I was everywhere. I would say that when I heard the news that Vrabel wanted another interview in Carolina and that he was interviewing today, like the thought of him and even like you may laugh, but Arthur Smith at OC, like getting back together. I mean, they had a top three offense in the league at one point. That was
Titans were the
that
one seed in the AFC that
that
one year.
was that was pretty cool to dream on. But I think that we made a good hire and one point that I saw on Twitter that was like everybody's clowning the Panthers for hiring a guy who wasn't even in the search. He would be next year. He's probably going to be the number one guy next year. So I don't see any reason for clowning on a guy, getting a guy a year early and just hoping it works out. Especially when you're as bad as you are, like you probably can't get worse. Knock on wood. If we lose less than two or win less than 2 games next year, I'll be calling for his head just like everybody else will. So
Yeah. Where do you guys think? All right. The only real vacancies left. All right. So the Chargers went Harbaugh, whatever. DC and Seattle are really the only like jobs left, and you have guys that are not named Mike Vrabel or Bill Belichick as the leading candidates for those two jobs. You have Dan Quinn looking like he's going to be the favorite out in Seattle for some God only knows why anyone would want Dan Quinn right now. Um, and then it looks like Ben will probably end up getting that DC job. Are we going to have arguably the two most like decorated and accomplished coaches in this coaching search go without getting a job, spending the year out in Florida playing golf or something?
I think there's a chance. I would say that like it kind of all goes back to what we said about NBA and like these guys want new minds, man. Like they don't. Nobody's interested in the same thing. They wanna see if it can get better. Which I don't know how it can get better than Bill Belichick, but they want to see if it can get better. So I mean, hiring young up and coming minds that maybe want to coach the team for a longer time. Maybe teams are scared they're going to retire after a few years. Like I don't really know what that is going on, but it would be interesting to see if either one of those guys took a backseat job, maybe a personnel job, a DC job, anything like that. I couldn't see it happening, but it'll be interesting to see. What do you think, Grayson?
Yeah, like it makes no sense that they're gonna probably not be coaching somewhere, but in a way, I can almost understand why people wouldn't take on a Bill Belichick. Like, I just feel like it's like a polarizing type move, and it would be like some people might just not want the Bill Belichick culture. But to me, I don't see it. It sounds crazy, but why anybody wouldn't want Mike Vrabel, I don't know. Like, I would love Vrabel with
Well,
a good, you know. So I don't know.
Here's something I'm going to bring up just because I just flicked on Twitter. Two things. One, from Adam Schefter, another change in Atlanta after hiring Raheem Morris as their head coach is that general manager Terry Fontenot and head coach Raheem Morris will now report to Falcons owner Arthur Blank and not CEO Rich McKay as it was. So he's going to try to be David Tepper, Jerry Jones. Uh, I guess we'll see how that works out. And then the second thing is a tweet from the Carolina Panthers that says anyone who knows or has worked with him knows he's all juice all the time, and that just got me going. So, Dave Canales, let's roll.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just add one more quick thing. I think it also makes sense why people want to go with the new minds, new head coaches and whatnot, is because we see the success of like D'Amico Ryan. Um, Try to give me some other guys, but people like that, these guys have never been a head coach before, but they come in and have great success. So
I mean, I get that. Like, I mean, I see why the Raiders would go Antonio Pierce and stuff like that. But if you're a team with like a championship quality roster and you think the only thing separating you from getting there is the experience and leadership of a great coach, there is a guy with 6 Lombardis as a head coach getting interviews and not getting offered a job. Why has Bill Belichick been allowed to leave the building from anywhere he's interviewed? Like, you can't tell me that there's a single team owner that sits down with Bill Belichick and isn't like, wow, I'm impressed by this guy and what he knows in the game. There's nobody in football that knows more about football. Like, I don't know. Maybe my theory on it has become it can't be that they don't want him to be coach. It has to be that Belichick wants either an absurd, stupid amount of money, or B, he wants both the
Total
GM.
control.
Yeah, he wants the GM and coaching
That's
job.
why I was literally about to say that tweet right there that I just read is why he didn't get the job in Atlanta.
Yeah,
That's
that
why.
makes sense.
He would never agree to say, "Hey, Mr. Owner, what do you think of my coaching?"
I mean, it's been well documented. Him and Kraft the last like 5 or so years were starting to kind of drift apart. Like they had the respect for each other and stuff still, but their views on where the team should go were starting to fade. I doubt he would want to go into the exact same situation somewhere else.
They also might have seen that Cam Newton interview where he said he wanted to go to Atlanta and known that Belichick likes Cam Newton, and they were just like, nah, can't even risk it. All right, so now we're going to get into our championship weekend predictions. I think we start with the AFC. So I'm going to let Grayson go first on this one.
not much to say. So give me Ravens.
Wow.
He doesn't want to say anything.
I'm gonna break it down a little bit, and then by the end of it, hopefully, I've talked myself into picking because truthfully, I don't know where I'm leaning yet. Ravens are the favorite, but Patty's 9-1-1 is a dog. Um, just something to note, and then the Ravens defense is so ungodly good. Like I don't. The Chiefs defense has a couple guys playing like not at 100% too. Willie Gay and Mike Edwards were limited participants today after they got kind of banged up in the divisional round. I don't know if they can stop the run game enough to have Lamar beat McDuffie and Snead. Like they need to stop the run game to the point where the Ravens have to pass, and when the Ravens have to pass, they have to beat McDuff and Snead. And I don't know if they can stop the run enough to do that. But Patrick Mahomes, like all of that being said, the counterpoint is Patrick Mahomes. Ravens by 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll piggyback off of what you said. It's exactly what I was going to say about the main way Kansas City's going to slow down that offense is they're going to have to make them not run the ball. They're going to have to contain Lamar Jackson, and they're going to have to make them take shots down the field and actually test the All-Pro corners that they have or future All-Pro corners that they have. And I don't know if they can do that. And I think that it's going to be maybe a different game than what people are expecting. Maybe people are expecting maybe like a 24-21 type of game. I think it's going to be more like a 31-27 Baltimore win.
wow, Ravens sweep us right there.
So I'm gonna go on to the next game, and I'm gonna start.
I need to just pick Chiefs so I can have a chance on tying it up.
Detroit at San Francisco. Uh, I think it's going to be a good game. I think San Francisco's an incredible team. I think they've been playing really well all year. Purdy's been pretty good. McCaffrey's been outlandishly good. They got good receivers. I'm not sure. I think I read that Debo's questionable still.
He had an IG post today though that said he's not skipping no steps. He's walking the whole way, something along those lines. Which means I think if he's talking shit on Instagram, he's probably playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. Give me Detroit in that game. Give me Detroit. I don't think San Francisco is playing their highest level of ball right now. I think if the same team shows up that showed up to play against Jordan Love and the Packers, I think Detroit picks them apart. And I'm going to take Detroit in that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Grayson,
I was hoping y'all would both pick San Francisco personally, and both pick the Chiefs because I'm picking the Lions. I I'm just hoping that Dan Campbell doesn't shoot himself in the foot. But regardless, if he doesn't, that team is way too. I don't know. The Lions are great. They're dynamic. They're versatile. So give me the Lions.
I have one thing to
you
say
guys,
before you go, Elliot. One thing. Well, two things, actually. So, one is the way that the 49ers beat them is to beat them over the top and to crunch that secondary up and do that. And the other thing I'll say is the only reason I don't feel like a Lions pick is too crazy with Jared Goff at quarterback is because, like, if they were playing the Chiefs, I would say Mahomes beats Goff. He wills them to the win. I don't think Brock Purdy is that guy yet. I think he's good. I think he might get there. I don't think he's there yet. I don't think he's that guy that's gonna go, all right, this Lions team's got a weak secondary. Give me 380 and 3 touchdowns and give me the NFC championship. Which he could. He could. He's very capable. But I don't see it happening yet, and unless McCaffrey can really get that run game going, that offense scares me against a team like Detroit who has a chance to put up a lot of points because the San Francisco defense is good, but they haven't been playing as good as of late. Now they could turn into that regular season team when they were on that roll and my pick will look stupid, and I will regret my pick if they play like that team. But as of late, they haven't looked like the same team at all.
all right. I can't believe the level of buy-in that the brand new Lions have on you guys. That's wild to me. Um, this is the best offense the Lions have had to play in this playoff, and I don't think it's like relatively close. I think this Niners offense is much better than that Rams one, and then they just beat Baker and the Bucks, which like cool, but it is Baker compared to the one seed. Debo's not at 100%. I don't know if he'll have that same impact he always does. But some notes I have on this Lions team from what I've seen in this playoff, they've applied a lot of pressure and they've sold out to stop the run. Like they acknowledge that their secondary is bad, so they're going to make sure that you can't run the ball and pass the ball on them. They sell out to stop the run. I don't know if they can stop Christian McCaffrey though. Like you can sell out all you want, but it's Christian McCaffrey.
And it's a really good O line as well.
Yeah, one of my points is like, oh, you have this dynamic edge rusher, like defensive player of the year, like top 10 probably guy, Aiden Hutchinson. Congratulations, he's against the best left tackle of our generation, Trent Williams. Enjoy. Um,
Do you think they have Hutchinson coming off the right side? I think he's against the right tackle.
Okay, well, if he does that, then I feel like San Francisco will get the same production out of Nick Bosa on the opposite side of whatever Penei Sewell will be on the right and Nick Bosa will go to the left. I feel like that would kind of they'll have similar nights. Highlight, like you said, the thing I have here that the biggest key for San Francisco, well, for the Lions to beat San Francisco is they have to contain Ayuk and his yards after catch. If they let Ayuk get an open field on the outside in the slot, wherever they want to line him up, they're gonna get cooked. I think it'll get ugly and it'll get ugly quick. Also, Brock Purdy is at his absolute worst when weather is bad. 65 and sunny in Santa Clara this weekend, baby. Give me the Niners by like 2 scores.
May I add, TJ Watt had 2 sacks, I believe, against that San Fran O-line.
This guy.
The
No, you can't
propaganda.
add that. You're not allowed
The
to add that. You're
propaganda
not
from
allowed to.
this guy, man. The
All right.
propaganda.
Well, if San Francisco takes it, Elliott will take the lead in picks, and then Grayson, you said you're out of it. You're not out of it. This is going to roll over eventually to an NBA nightly picks. This is going to be a season-long thing. This is not just the NFL playoffs. We're gonna keep this going so that it's more fun. It's not just a few games. There's more parity, especially when we get to the NBA regular season. There'll be more parity, more people picking different teams, stuff like that. Uh, I think
With
that'll
that
be
being
really
said, if
fun.
I'm ahead at the end of the Super Bowl, I will be adding a second belt. I'm gonna be at 2 belts over here until that's over. Just for funsies.
All right. Well, I think I had a tweet right here that I wanted to pull up. Let me see. Let me see which one it is. Oh yeah, and this is just to close it out. Uh, this is something that I think that we have to go over. I think it was sent to me as a joke to go over, but I think we have to go over this. I think we
Oh
have to
my
review
God,
this.
this is what I sent you about the Brady Bill. Oh my,
I think we have to review this. So I'm gonna
this pissed me off.
I'm
This
gonna play
actively made
this.
me angry
The
to
count
watch.
the rings thing demands that we simply say both Brady and Belichick are the greatest of all time. Brady and Belichick's rings are intertwined, yet
Right.
they both get 100% credit when compared to other quarterbacks or other coaches. There's no shared credit.
What if in 30 years
I hate when this
we
guy
view
talks.
Brady as Bill Russell? We
Yeah,
don't
hot
even
daughter.
He says
argue
the same thing
that
100
Russell is
million
Michael
times
Jordan,
in a
but he
span
was
of
part
2
of
hours.
the greatest Red Auerbach, the biggest brand, the best roster. In 30 to 40 years, when we see the next two other Mahomes, that we will look at Brady and just say, well, Kraft, Belichick, the culture, the bad division. He's the most productive player.
Exactly right. Like, I already believe that Patrick Mahomes plays the position better than anyone's played.
Pause. Are you out of your mind?
First of all,
Are you out of your
the
mind?
comparison of Bill Russell's teams to Tom Brady's teams is so ungodly ridiculous.
You act like Tom Brady's not playing super athletes. Bill Russell was playing plumbers. It's not like Tom Brady's ancient, man. It's not like he's going to be ancient in 30 years.
Like Bill Russell.
Tom Brady just got done last year.
Last year.
Last year.
Bill Russell was like one of the first black people they allowed to be in the NBA, and we're comparing his success to Tom Brady's. Are we serious right now? What are we talking about? Like, it's
No, the
obscene.
most outlandish quote is Kraft, Belichick, great teams, bad division. Brother, he was throwing to Chris Hogan for one of them. Chris Hogan!
We won a Super Bowl. The Pats won a Super Bowl with a wide receiver trio of all white dudes. All white dudes. Edelman, Amendola, Chris Hogan. All white dudes Super Bowl. Are you kidding me right now? You want to talk about he's beating Manning? He's beating Luck. He was beating Flacco's great Ravens teams. I've been over this. He was beating my boy Grayson's dog Steelers teams, triple Bs, like that Steeler defense with Timmons. And oh my God, Lamar Woodley, Greg Lloyd, all these guys. That irritated me on such a level that I can't even fathom that these dudes have jobs talking about sports. Like, it is so unbelievably ridiculous to declare Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback to have ever played the
best
position
player.
already.
No. That's not what he said.
No, he
He's
said
the
he's
best
played
player
the-
to ever touch a football. That's what he said.
Like, he said he plays the position the best as anyone he's ever seen. And I've always heard oh, Brady's the GOAT, but XYZ has had more talent. I think, to say Mahomes plays the position better than Rodgers, better
Yeah,
than
that's what I was
Manning,
about to
better
say.
than
Rodgers
Brady.
is crazy.
Are you being serious right now? What is wrong with you?
Rodgers is crazy.
It's baffling to me that someone would have the gall to just compare Tom Brady's rings to Bill Russell's.
Look. And Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league, and I don't know that anybody touches him. But if you're telling me that a guy who's putting up 200 yards in a playoff game and winning, and 200 yards in regular season games and winning, is comparable to Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, you're out of your mind. I don't care who he has at receiver. I don't care. If you're not winning your team the game, like he does it sometimes. But like this year in particular, you gotta win. Like, go throw for 300 yards against the Ravens and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong right now. I do it. No, I don't want you to, because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce at the Super Bowl would do things to a man. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I
come
saw
on.
I saw a tweet. It was like, if Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this year, his road would be. Let me finish because this is hilarious. It said Tyreek, um, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then somebody quote tweeted and it was like, "Bro, you just named a receiver."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Hold on.
man.
I'm trying to pull up some names for
Oh.
people Brady was
They
like.
said this tweet said he was the greatest ever if he wins because of
Yeah, I
that
saw one that
run.
said if he
So,
gets one more Super Bowl, he's the greatest ever.
Well,
that's only
the end of
3.
that video goes on with Nick Wright saying like Mahomes doesn't have to come close to 7. Like for him to be better than Brady, he doesn't have to come close to 7. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with Brandon LaFell. That should count as 3. That should count as 3 Super Bowls winning with Brandon LaFell on the roster. And
Hey,
one of the big
hey,
knocks against Brady is always that
Mahomes.
he has a great defense. If Mahomes wins this ring, he had a top 5 defense, doesn't count. That's one of the big knocks on Brady. Every time you mention it, oh, he won a Super Bowl, yeah, Bill Belichick defenses. Okay, cool. This one doesn't count then for Mahomes if he wins it.
All right, well, I think that's probably where we're going to wrap it up. Appreciate you listening to Pod 4, and
I
we'll
hate
see
Nick
you
Wright.
on Monday.
Only thing